Hello, Pretty Souls gang. How are you guys doing? I'm spelling stuff wrong right now. Okay, so this is just going to be the general rising reading right now. I feel like I'm going to be recording. It just depends. Right now, I think I'm going to be recording the majority of the day, but I'm not sure. I haven't quite made up my mind just yet. But anyway, we're going to hop into the reading for today. I want to say peace, love, and light to all of you guys who may come on. I'm going to hop into the reading. So I use the Black Moon astrology deck cards for the energies. Like all of this is going to depict the energies, but those are usually my cards when I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. These are the type of cards that I use for the oracle cards. Okay. So let's move into the overall energy really quickly. So this overall energy could have something to do with an Aries. Just throwing that out there. This is the King of Spades energy. So even if it's not an Aries, it could be. This is the King of Swords. It's the equivalent of the King of Swords. So this is somebody who's getting in this energy of strategizing, who is taking control of their life or business. This could also be a married person. But yeah, clarity is coming in and being able to make some clear, wise, sound decisions with their actions and even intellectually speaking, that could be what's going on at this time. So, anyways, the bottom of the deck card was the fourth house, deals with the roots. Okay. So, one of the feelings that I got about this card is that there are a lot of us who might need to re strategize, or we need to go back to the drawing board. And this could be the means that we regain some insight, or that we get a clear structure for something. Okay, this is the King of Swords is also somebody who creates structure and stability. Okay, so a lot of us may have already returned home, or we could be returning to some concepts and ideas that we had maybe in our youth and stuff like that. Okay, let's hop into this. It says, hold on, let me go straight to where it says, when this card shows up in a reading, home and family issues may have something to do with your question. And as it represents your current environment, family members, and where you live, real estate and land might also figure in, as in putting down roots or buying or selling a home. So some of us could really be wanting to manifest a home. Um, some of us could be having to. I think this is what's in our psyches ultimately. Okay, for some of you guys, you could literally be in the process of purchasing a home, okay, or at least buying the land for that. Others of you, this could come by way of inheritance. Okay, here we go. It says this card can be a predictor of a birth, so pregnancy is involved here. um it says, or new members in the family. A pregnancy and can sometimes mean care for the elderly, including nursing homes and hospital stays. So, what I'm also picking up, aside from pregnancy, new members in the home, this could indicate marriages, okay, or engagements, but it's about the family dynamic changing, um, possibly growing, and maybe even being detracted from. However, what something that I've always heard, it could be just an old wives' tale or something like that, but I've always heard that when someone passes, usually new life also comes. That may not always be true, but from what I've observed, that seems to be true. So while some people may experience the loss of life in this plane, there could be new lives coming into this plane. Okay, moving on. It also indicates, like they said, elderly or nursing homes and hospital stays. So I feel like the health could also be indicated here. It says events or appearances of persons from your faraway childhood may suddenly be relevant again. So this definitely resonated with me. We have family who has recently reached out to us. So there's going to be a lot of reconnections at this point, reconnections with people from school, from work, from, well, not work, I'm sorry, from school, as in grade school, And even just from childhood, they could be family members, distant relatives, stuff like that. You could just like randomly meet them, or there could be some planning, family reunions and things like that. I don't think they're happening right now, but it could be like happening on a smaller scale. So you could meet up with family. And I know that resonates with me right now. Okay. It says, you may connect with someone and pick up again just where you started, even if it has been years since you've seen your friend. And I also don't feel like that's just about friends. I also get the vibe that that could be about a romantic partner, okay? Somebody that you could have built a home with, someone that you could have established something with, or that you could have thought that you guys were going to establish something with. Or as far as I'm concerned, someone who you're supposed to establish something with, okay? Hi, everybody who's coming through. Make sure you guys say something, okay? Speak, even if you don't stay. All right, so moving on. It says, memories of past lives may also surface, transforming areas of your present life. Now, I think that's a really good thing, especially, hi, Joy. I think that's a really good thing, especially since remember how I was talking about this King of Swords energy, about strategizing and regaining control somehow. It could be in business, okay? It could just be in your life. Life and business seem to go hand in hand, all right? But past lives can assist us with that, because if we can learn maybe something that worked for us in a past life, that could benefit us in this present life, then that'll be amazing, right? That means you can draw inspiration from a time when you were successful before in a previous lifetime and bring it to this one, and also experience that success now. So that's good news. Like if you want to tap into powers and strengths that you had from previous life experiences that you passed and stuff like that, that might be something that we look into doing at this time, because it's going to be conducive to what's happening. We got that energy surrounding us. It also says, depending upon the cards that are surrounding it, these results may be uplifting and perfect, or they could be shattering to the core. These memories, though, will change you and the way that you view your life. So again, they're saying look for reunions and reconnections with people from your past, such as your school days, or even relatives that you don't know very well or that you've forgotten about. It also says that you may dig up some fascinating news about your family or ancestry. And that's good information too, because even just learning about a past relative who did something along the lines of what you want to do, that can be inspirational for us, right? We can draw from their experiences, and we can even just be strengthened from the fact that, oh my God, my grandmother was a warrior like me, or my grandmother was in cosmetology school like me, or yada, 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 whatever, whatever it can apply to. It's beautiful to see that, hey, there's this I want to say lineal, and I think that is a word. There is this connection between what I feel called to do, what I feel like I'm interested in, with my ancestry. And that's some exciting stuff. I don't know about you guys, but that makes me excited when I find out that someone in my family, maybe once, twice, or however many times removed, was connected to something. Another thing that I got when I first saw this card is that a lot of us, we are healers. And it's genetic. It's in your DNA. Whatever, you're a healer, you are a speaker, you are a prophet, you are someone you are a messiah in a way. You know what I'm saying? There's something that you are meant to do. And this is in your blood. This is in your blood, baby. This is not some stuff that you could just run away from, no matter how. You can't just stick your head in the sand and get away from this, okay? So I think that's the majority. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to say. I want to say that one of the higher messages that I posted on the Pretty Coach channel, which, by the way, you guys, if you are not familiar and if you have not yet subscribed to the Pretty Coach channel, that is where I share a lot of the higher self messages and meditation messages that I get. And I also do things like my nails and beauty and lifestyle vlogs, but it's still spiritually connected. That will also be where I post a lot of my spiritual brand development content on that page. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you go do that. It's called The Pretty Coach. Okay, Google that. Moving on, in one of those higher self messages, it was stated that many of us who are literally of royal lineage, we are healers. We are being like brought to the forefront. Okay. This information is coming up, whether you are in meditation, and all that kind of stuff. Stuff is coming out about your lineage. So I think that's what I feel like Spirit really wants us to know. The powers that we have, they are in our blood. It runs in the family. Even, of course, generational curses that need to be broken. The reason why they've been so strong is because they are also connected to the blood, but so are our blessings. So all praises to the Most High for that. Joy says, my grandmother was a cosmetologist and I'm in cosmetology school now. See, and guess what, Joy, for me, I'm not in cosmetology school right now. I'm not going to say that I can't do it. I have to admit, my circumstances do kind of prevent me, but a part of me doesn't want to put in the work right now that it would take for me to clear out loans at this time. I'll just say it like that, not in a traditional sense, but I would be in cosmetology school too, because I'm all into things of beauty, like the nails and makeup, my appearance. And it turns out that my grandmother on my mom's side, both of them, my grandmother and my great grandmother, were both cosmetologists. So it's in the blood again. But for us, I feel like you said look for an apprentice program. Okay. So I might look into that. If it's cheaper and less expensive, then I'm all game. Okay. But I feel like it's more energy. Like this is spiritual. Not to say that cosmetology is not spiritual. That's definitely spiritual. If you ask me, the blood is spiritual because what? The Bible teaches that the spirit or the life force is in the blood, right? So, with that being said, I think that this is also talking about our powers. You understand? This is talking about who we are in the spirit. Like, you know how it's said that there are certain people who you need to be careful how you view them as far as in the 3D because you don't know who they are in the spiritual realm. I feel like a lot of us could be major warriors. We are juggernauts in the spirit. Okay. Hence the reason why so many different things, curses have been placed upon our families, blessings even as well. And what I've noticed, and I have to say this, I wasn't trying to go here, but another thing that I have noticed, girl, is that, and not just girl, I'm so sorry, but I'm talking to you, Joy, because it seems like it's me and you right now. But this is for anybody. Something that I've noticed is that a lot of times your generational curse is connected to your blessing. It could be that because you were so blessed, you get cursed. Because you were so skilled at something, or you're in your bloodline, you are extremely skilled at something, you can be cursed for that same reason. Either if you abuse that thing, like what happened to the so-called children of Israel, we were cursed because a lot of us were extremely powerful when it comes to the 3D and the spiritual. And I feel like a lot of us were cursed because we abused those gifts. And then not only, and please know that nobody was able to curse us but the Most High. So that means it was self that cursed us because of how we operated, what we did. But we can also reverse the curse if we begin to operate in integrity with these gifts. Moving on. The card that actually came out when I was asking Spirit for messages for us, we got the Sagittarius card, I see. And you know what? That speaks more to me to the whole spiritual aspect of our roots. I think a lot of us need to start asking Spirit if we don't know where to think. Okay. I hear you, Joy. We're going to reverse this curse. Heck yeah. In Deuteronomy, I want to say 30 or 31, when Moses was talking about, the blessing and the cursing and choosing life or death, there was always possibility of either choosing blessing or choosing death. And it was always said that if we would return. So I feel like this is a time of returning. And when I say return, and didn't I say that with the fourth house? I said that with the fourth house card. This is a time of returning. You may not be able to physically return home. And you might not even have to, but this is definitely about a spiritual returning to who you really are. It is a spiritual returning to what your particular bloodline, what your family is known for. Okay. So some of us may need to consult with Spirit, and we may need to be like, okay, Spirit, on a spiritual level, what are our spiritual gifts? What are our powers? What were we responsible for? Where did somebody in the lineage fall short? And how can I at this time reverse the curse. Sagittarius is all about seeking. It's about seeking truth. That's where a lot of us are right now. We're wanting to get to the truth of ourselves, the truth of our soul purpose. Okay. If this is resonating with you guys, make sure to give the video a thumbs up because it definitely helps me, with my channel and growing my channel. But anyways, guys, still, this is the bomb. Like, I thank the Most High. I thank the Most High. I also feel as though with that with that King of Swords card coming up, you guys, I feel like this is actually really important in us getting clarity, in us knowing how to be strategic and move at this time, both in the 3D and in the spiritual. It is connected to us figuring out where our power lies, what we're responsible for, and then focusing on that, aligning with that, and then we'll be able to clearly see a path to the life that we desire, a life that for us will be perfection. Let me read this Sagittarius card though, before I get too excited. Okay, let's see what bookmark is here. I cannot make this stuff up, guys. I cannot make this stuff up. Listen to this. This is the 10 of hearts, okay, or the 10 of cups. This is also considered the wheel of fortune here. Remember how I literally just said that many of us are going to be, if we can get in alignment with who we are according to the spirit, okay, we are going to be walking in abundance. We are going to be in complete alignment with spiritual emotions and our creative self, guys. This is also the wheel of fortune, which is all about abundance. That's about you are living a life that is perfect for you. Perfect, and it is in alignment with spirit, the will of the Most High for your life, for my life. Baby, I'm excited. And this is the card that is my bookmark for the Sagittarius I see. So let's go ahead and talk about what this is. Let's see what this is about. I know that Sagittarius is usually a very spiritual house, okay? Hi, Uba. I'm so sorry that I missed your comment, boo. The Sagittarius card is spiritual expansion. It is about finding spiritual truth. Okay. You might travel to find this. You might be spending a lot of time by yourself to get this truth. But let me not go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I feel like some of us are going to have to break whatever routine that we may have. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's see. This is so dope. Okay, so a lot of spiritual information is getting ready to come up for us as well. A lot of spiritual information is going to come to us that's going to inspire us into movement. It's going to inspire us into knowing what lane we need to get in. You guys could be searching religious books, Gnostic books, okay? And you could be getting ready to see how they are all connected, to see how they even apply to your life. Let's go. Let's read. See, thank you, Spirit, for bringing this up to me. Guys, I'm trying to start reading, but this stuff keeps coming to me. So, in astrology, right, the centaur is the beast that is half man, half horse, right? That's what Sagittarius is connected to. In astrology, that animal is symbolic for the wounded healer. So remember how I was telling you guys that some of us are healers, right? A lot of the other stuff that came up in this reading from this same deck, it's talking about healing of ourselves, cleansing. It's talking about the ideal of perfection and stuff like this. So I feel as though this whole thing is connected to the healers here. And remember, with the roots card, I said that a lot of us are healers. This is where our power lies. I also feel like for some people, one of the things I did here with this card is that there are a lot of us who are literally root workers. So you might need to look into what root working is. You need to look into how it can be used in this day and age. And you need to see if that's something that you are connected to, if that's something that you know about. Okay. And when I say you need to see, I'm talking about consult with spirit And then on top of that, you may find out, that somebody in your family or somebody in your lineage was also a root worker. But I just want to go out on a limb and say now that a lot of Hebraic people are root workers. It's part of something that Noah was given, by the angels to literally defend himself and his children from demonic entities. Moving on, moving on, moving on, moving on. What I'm seeing is that a lot of us we're growing spiritually. We're seeking truth about ourselves from source. And also you could be reading a lot of things. Okay. Some people could be traveling in order to find out this information as well. So let me get to it. It says, when the Sagittarius card shows up in a reading, freedom at the current time is essential. A lot of us feel this need to be free right now so that we can develop our sense of spirituality, so that we can become stronger in who it is that we feel that we are supposed to be. I know that resonates for me. For me, that's resonating, girl. Joy says, I have felt pulled to root work for a while. Girl, let me find out. My spirit team definitely told me that I am definitely a root worker. I haven't looked very deep into it, but the part that I have started off is learning herbs, learning what they're good for, right? And my little practice right now, as far as I go with root work, is when I was with my ex, I used to use certain spices depending on what I was wanting to manifest within our connection or whatever. And maybe I may feel like it didn't work. I feel like it kind of did. But anyways, long story short, what I was doing was practicing manifestation through what I cooked. So the herbs and the spices that I used, I had an actual meaning for that. Okay, and even now when I'm doing my candles, for like any type of ritual that I'm getting ready to do, I make sure to think about what it is that I want to take place, and I find herbs in the kitchen. Okay, and if I don't got them in the kitchen, then I have to go and get them. And I use I use the herbs that are, of course, associated with what I'm trying to manifest on the candles. Right now, that's as far as my little root work is going. But that's right now. I know that it's gonna grow. Okay. The more we learn, the more it'll grow. The more we know, the more it'll grow. Okay. Joy says, I'm getting ready to take an herbalism class. Amen. That's the best place to start. Awesome. Okay. Let me hurry up because that took a long time. So it says freedom at the current time is essential, like it's necessary. You will feel the need to fight against restrictions of any kind and want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand. If your question pertains to a relationship, which for some of us it may, it says that you or your partner need to be given extra space and looser reins. I forgot to put up the reading from Manifestation Monday, but that was actually the first card that came out, not with this book or this deck, but with the deck that came out, the card about give each other space. That came out. So for relationships, there are some of us who are in separation from our person because we need this time to build ourselves up. And they need the time to build themselves up too, whether they know that or not. And this knowledge of self and of who you are in the spirit is what's going to help to bring and create abundance. Come through, spirit. I'm going to shut up. I feel like that's all we need to know right now. Period. Us finding out who we are, us having the freedom to explore what our purpose is. Spirit, how can I better exemplify and display my purpose for the highest good of myself and for others who are connected to me, spirit? Right now, we need the freedom to explore that. We can't be bogged down right now with certain things. And I'm not saying that working and or having a life is bogging down, but for some of us it is. There are some of us who we're very, very sensitive to even other people's energies. So we need to be disconnected at this time so that we can focus on self, heal self, strengthen self, organize self, and then we'll be able to do that and what am I trying to say? We can multiply that experience wherever we are. Moving on. The last and final card that came out of this same deck, still clarifying energy surrounding us at this time, is the Virgo card, and it says, I analyze. One of the beautiful things that I learned about Virgos is that in our pursuit of perfection. Virgos call out anything that's a lie, basically, whether they are aware of that or not. And seeing is how we're in Sagittarius, I see, and we're seeking truth because Sagittarians are truthful, baby. They speak blunt truth. Well, the Virgos can see it. They discern that. And when they see it, they got to say something about it. So they usually get this title of being naggers or being critical. But the truth is that they're only speaking about what needs to be healed, what needs to be brought out to the surface to be healed, baby. And my Virgo, guess what? My Virgo placement is in Venus. So that talks about when it comes to things that I love, people I love, people, places, things, and ideas that I love, I'm going to analyze that shit. I flip it around, turn it over. Sometimes maybe to other people too much. Sometimes even to myself is too much. But this is all in this pursuit of perfection, which to me is possible. It may not be everything is perfect, but it's possible when these things are altered, when they're changed, when they are corrected. That is in and of itself the perfection. Come through, spirit. The bookmark for this in the tarot card in the deck that I have, this is a card of strategy. This is the Five of Swords, okay? Sometimes this can be the card of deception. Sometimes this can be the card of manipulation mentally, but I'm not getting that. What I'm seeing is that somebody is trying to get their mind right so that they can play their cards right, honey. And it's not even like it's a game. It's like chess or like checkers. This is what I'm feeling for this time at this time, okay? So spirit is wanting us to deal with ourselves, to go in and again, remember I said at the beginning of this is about reorganization, strategizing. I literally legit got up thinking that maybe I may need to, pull all of my businesses back for a time, dial it back, just so that I can reorganize and really try to get some structure. I'm still in the air about that because I don't want to take away my services because they're still fairly new, I guess. But I am being called to look at everything again, And so I feel like what I got is that if we go back to this drawing board and we seek spirit to help us to strategize, the spirit of wisdom is able to give witty inventions and ideas and strategies even on how to be successful and abundant. Wisdom, spirit talks about this in the word of God, in the Bible. It says that when you submit yourself to wisdom, with wisdom comes a crown. With wisdom comes wealth. And this wealth is in more than one way. It's with your health. Then it is with it's with your spirit and with your physical and the material things. So yeah, we're gonna have to seek spirit to reorganize and to strategize and create systems that are going to lead us to abundance. I wish I could like this video, my god doggone self. I can't though because it's live. I'm gonna have to like it when I'm done, baby. Okay, so let's go back to the Virgo I analyzed really quick. Here we go. It says if this card presents itself during a reading, look to concerns about health, lifestyle, and your job. It says if you are expecting things to go normally or as planned, that will not be the likely case. Watch out for critical people who seem to pick at everything you do, or perhaps you are right now the picky person. Your mind may be overtaken by worries. Some of them are health related. Other worries may be that things have gotten out of control. This card sometimes indicates hospital doors, meaning medical tests and visits to the doctor. It also indicates alternative health approaches and a better diet may appeal to you right now. So again, a lot of us right now are thinking about improving our health. And I know that this is in resonation because that was one of the first cards that came out from the Angel Answers deck, which you guys will hear about a little bit later. It says, you may begin to have symptoms with wait, let me go back. Dealing with health issues, the workings of your own body, as well as those of your family or friends may factor in. So some of you guys could be in the medical field, period. Joy says, I am the picky person. Girl, listen, you and me both. Like, again, that's that Virgo and Venus for me. I kind of know where it's coming from now. I am very picky too when it comes to relationships. Like if stuff is not just right for me, I'm uncomfortable. And if I'm uncomfortable, there's no relationship. Not like that. We might be able to be friends, but I ain't moving no further with your behind. Moving on. Woo, girl. So it says, oh, what I was going to say was some of you guys could be in the medical field, like nurses, or even if you're not, you are a healer. So you need to learn about things like herbs, Joy, like what you said. We need to learn about the anatomy of the body. We need to learn about the mind. Whatever resonates with your spirit for you the most, or what have you, that's where you might want to start looking into learning about that. Okay. So it says, but you could be overtaken by worries that border on hypochondria. You may feel that you have every disease that you read or learn about. You may begin to have symptoms with little explanation as to why they occur. You may go for medical tests at this time, but this card does not necessarily indicate a serious illness. It also says this card signifies a good time to get rid of clutter, living a cleaner life, focusing on details, and doing what needs to be done are now your focus. So this message is definitely resonating with the rest of the message that came out, because this is a time where a lot of us are needing to reorganize and also re-strategize. And part of reorganization and strategy is cleaning out what's not working, cleaning out what we no longer need, right? Okay. Cutting down. Some of us may need to become minimalists, right? Not saying that you have to do that. This is up to you. Moving on. This is more so the message that I feel like is definitely, but you know what? All of this is included. Never mind. I was going to try to say that this is the one to pay attention to, but the truth is all of this is what's necessary. It says other concerns would be your daily routine, your 9 to 5 responsibilities, and mundane goings on that may need your attention. Getting organized will enable you to get where you're going. This card also suggests that you need to be more reliable in your approach. Problems won't go away. That's for me. That's for me, for sure. Problems won't go away. You must work and they must be addressed. It says Virgo is a gentle sign, typically mild in nature with a fondness for small animals as well as feelings towards the plant world. Y'all, I've been looking at plants because I want them in my space. Like, actually, months before coming back home, I really started getting the unction from the spirits that I needed to get plants in my life. Now, I started off slow and was like, listen, I need a plant that I can't kill, because I'm not this person with a green thumb that I know of. I'm kind of forgetful. So anything that I can't just kill that can like survive under really intense neglect, I need that plant in my life until I get better, you know? So Joy says, me too. And then she says, confirmations, me too. And she says, I'm transferring my room to a plant oasis. Girl, like I know that this green stuff is about me. And Uba says, Queen Minimalist here. I have mastered that being in my truck. Oh my God, I could believe that. I could believe that. And Uba says, try an aloe plant gladly, because I happen to love aloe anyways. So my first plant though that I wound up getting was something called a snake plant, which is so beautiful. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful plant. I did have to leave it back in Cincinnati because I had to leave so fast, and I'm a little sad about that because I got that plant and then I have just bought me another plant. I think I might have got myself, shoot, what did I get? I want to say a fern. If I didn't get a fern, I want one so bad. But anyways, I'm in love with them now. Like I just love how on this journey, it's like when we start going through DNA activation, stuff just start coming up in your spirit, you guys. And it's you. Like it is definitely a huge ass part of you that was locked away until an appointed time. Baby, I love spirit for that. I love spirit for that. Okay. Ooh, here we go. So I'm gonna bring this to a close. Being at one with nature, noticing the important details, and being fully present in your work, drawing upon the wisdom of the critical mind, as well as attention to health and diet, are all subjects with this card. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like from start to finish, guys, this has already been a message that is definitely flowing with one another. Basically, it's getting our temples in order. That's what, like, if I wanted to summarize this is about getting your temple in order. This is about reorganizing, restructuring for optimum results. That's what this is about. All praises to the Most High for that. Thank you so much, Spirit, for that. Joy says, I need to learn, oops. I killed my aloe. Pray for me. I'm getting the snake plant Friday. I'm so sorry, Joy, for laughing, but listen, there's no judgment here because, girl, I can't judge you. Simple. I can't. So the next card that I used was the Angel Answers deck. I don't feel like I'm going to clarify them today. I was thinking about whether or not I should. I don't think I'm going to. It may come out, actually, no lie, in the tarot. So the overall energy for the BU, I love this deck. First of all, I love it because it's so pretty. But anyways, the Angels Answers deck, the overall energy is helping people. And I'm telling you guys, this is for the healers, okay? Because that's definitely what we do. As healers, we help people, period. Period. Whether you are a person who helps people mentally get their shit together, make sense of themselves, whether you are a healer as far as you know what plants and herbs to use to help heal the body and the mind, whether or not you are an encourager, an inspirational person, whether you are a cosmetologist and you help people to feel better about themselves, whatever way you heal, sis or bro, you help people. And this is what I feel like this card is about, helping people. We are helping people. Like, we're the helping people. I don't know if that makes sense, guys, but I hope it does. That's the overall energy. And so I feel like this is for the healers. This is for the healer in you. Yeah. Guys, please help me. I done got loud as hell. My voice is about to be gone because every time I get excited, I just go up in octaves. And you guys, anytime I talk low, I kid y'all not. And I say this periodically so people can know that I am not yelling at them. I'm passionate. I am excited right now. And that whenever I get excited, I just start to go up, even if I don't want to, right? You know, when I try to talk low, there's something in my vocal cords that literally hurts. I kid you not. It hurts. So it's like, I be trying to talk low, guys. I do. And I just don't feel like it's in the cards for me. It's not that for me. Okay, that was a side note. Moving on, here's the first card that came out for the Angel Answers deck, improving health. So again, this is something that we need to be focusing on as healers. We got to heal ourselves so that we can even teach other people how to heal themselves. And this improving health is on a total holistic level: mind, body, spirit. And Joy says the same thing happens when I'm passionate. Oh, I'm so happy to know that. I'm talking about, it's the same thing that happened to me when I get angry too, and when I'm mad. That's true. But when I'm excited, it's the same. So Uba says, I swear I was just singing that song. Oh, Uba. So now the next thing is remain positive. This is, Uba put, for the healer in you. It's our time. So put your focus on you. Moving on. Remain positive. I feel like this is a part of our manifestation giftings and stuff like that. So I think that this journey is so tough. It's not the easiest thing, right? So I feel like Spirit wants us to keep our mind right. Spirit wants us to keep our spirit in alignment as well. Remain positive, bro. Remain positive, sis. I'm talking about no matter what obstacles come your way. No matter what obstacles come your way, remain positive. Okay. I also feel like it is a way to improve our health as well. That improves health. And then last but not least, if there's an answer about yeses or nos, like if it's a question that could have a yes or a no as an answer, then I feel like the answer is an emphatic yes. Do that. So remember how I was telling you guys that I was still on the fence, about whether or not I should kind of shut down my services right now and really seek spirit to re-strategize and really get some things in order so that it can be really more profitable, honestly, because I need my business to work so that I can have the freedom, Sagittarius, so that I can have the freedom to be available to people. Okay. So I'm feeling like that could be a yes, right? Joy had posted something, but it's gone. So now let's move on to the next energy. So I have this deck that I love, and it's called the Crazy Love Notes. Okay. It's called the Crazy Love Notes, and it's so beautiful. Listen to this. Spruce up your nest. And Joy, you already mentioned that you're already working on this anyways, because you're changing your room into a plant oasis, right? So that's going to require some cleaning of some things, some throwing some things out that you're not going to have anymore, that don't serve you anymore, they don't make you feel anyway anymore. So you're going to be throwing those things out, okay? Or maybe giving them to someone, whoever, who knows. But it says spruce up your nest. To me, this is definitely about reorganization. This is something is changing, right? We're in this period like, ooh, we want to redecorate some of us. We are wanting even to some of us move, right? This did talk about the fourth house, the roots card, right? Did discuss, purchasing land or purchasing a new home or something like that. Whatever it may apply to, okay? There's some changes afoot, all right? And those changes are going to be for our benefit. Those changes are going to, I think, usher in abundance for us. Let's see what it says. I love the way that these are made because on the back of the card, they have the explanation. I love it. Okay. Joy says it's funny that it's a tiny house trailer on the picture, and I've been thinking about transitioning to tiny living. Girl, so I've had these different thoughts in my head. First, let me tell you how I love yurts. If any of you guys are familiar with yurts, you can let me know, like this, or put it in the comments, whatever. But you guys, yurts and tiny homes, I'm talking about, there is like something on the inside of me that is absolutely excited at the thought of a tiny house, a cute tiny house. So, and a yurt with only what I need, but cute, but minimalistic. There is something so liberating and freeing about that to me. I'm just like, oh my God. I think that might be that Virgo in me. That might be the Virgo in me that is really attracted to that idea of living. Tiny houses, I have seen some beautiful doggone tiny houses. Like, I love that show on HGTV. I know you know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me read this. It says, it's time for a little spring cleaning. Your home is sacred and your surroundings matter. And let me tell you something too. Remember how I was saying that this was about our getting our houses in order. And I feel like this is both for those of us who actually have a home, you know what I mean? This is for that home and it's for our bodies. So yeah, it says it's time for a little spring cleaning. Your home is sacred and your surroundings matter. Honor where you recharge and fill it with beauty. Make space by giving away or donating what you don't need. Your clutter could be someone else's gold. Plus, when we have less to process physically, we have more room to process things emotionally, and I'm going to throw in there spiritually. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The less that we have to focus on physically is the more that we can focus on emotionally and spiritually. I'm here for that. You understand? I am here for that. I think that's the reason why I like the idea of a tiny house or of a yurt that's, set up with just what I need, but in a beautiful way that makes me happy and makes me want to run home. And it's my sanctuary. Like, that's what makes me happy because I'm a healer, because I'm a spiritual worker. I love things, guys, no lie. And I have this dream of having this big ass house, but then I think about the fact that ain't nobody trying to clean all that. Ain't nobody trying to clean all that. Now I might hire people and give them give them, a job or something like that. But I love cleaning, but I don't want a lot to have to clean up. Girl, no. So I don't know. It's just I have this one extreme, and then that might be the Leo and stuff in me, and the other stuff that I got up in there, Sagittarius energy. And then my Virgo is like, no, girl, let's keep it to a minimum and be cute still. Let's be cute and comfortable. That's what we love. So Joy was like, yes, sis. And she said, I love it. And she was like, hallelujah. Okay, so here we go. A clear head and new room for great art awaits. So spruce up your fabulous nest. I'm actually getting ready to, I'm going to be working, not today because I got a full day of recording ahead of me, but maybe it could be today, like later. I want to start working on my art project that I was already working on before so that it can be done by the new moon. Like I might put some words on it on the new moon day, but there's some things that I want to already start, putting on my canvas so that this artwork can be somewhere displayed for me. Let me show y'all what it's looking like right now. We got the background as a beautiful black color, right? And one of the things that I have learned about darkness or, black and stuff like that, everything starts there. Everything begins there. Hence the reason why the new moon is what people also might call the dark moon, because it's fresh space. I know people may think the idea of white is that, but no. The darkness is where everything begins. Think about the womb. Think about the womb. All right, before I go any further, that's what Spirit said. Like, if you go listen, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the Pretty Coach channel, please go do that. Please go do that. Please go do that. Okay, but not only that, I shared a meditation message this rising, and that's kind of something that came up again. So go check that out. Listen, it ain't very long. All right, so here we go. The next card the actual card that came out. So this was the overall energy. Spring cleaning, reorganization, right? Reconsider your commitments was the actual card that came out. Yes, it was. It says, have you piled so much on your plate that there's little room for you? Identify what truly matters and graciously decline the rest. There's a universe of meaningful opportunities on the other side of no. In fact, every no makes space for the perfect yes. Your freedom is closer than you think. Now, if you ask me, guys, this right here, these two cards together, literally, to me, are in alignment with the Sagittarius I see card and the Virgo I analyze card, right? The first one to me is about the Virgo energy. This one to me is a perfect combination of both of them, with the whole idea and notion of freedom here, plus making sure to, like, this idea of perfection and how you need to learn how to say no. You need to analyze what's important, right? Come through, Spirit. Do your thug thizzle. Moving on into the tarot. Oh, let me tell you guys the stones. I'm so sorry. So for the Black Moon Astrology deck, all those cards, the fourth house, the Sagittarius I see, and Virgo I analyze, we have the Tiger's Eye. So look into Tiger's Eye, see what Tiger's Eye is good for. And then that'll make that message even that much more exciting and powerful. With this, we've got the smoky quartz or the clear quartz here. I feel like it's the smoky quartz. I think it is. That is on top of, that was used to charge the Angel Answers deck, which the overall energy was the helping people, improving health is the first card to come out, remain positive, and yes, okay? So to me, the smoky quartz is all about clearing out things, okay? Even though the clear quartz is mostly for that. Let's look into smoky quartz and see how that makes that message even more exciting. The sunstone is the crystal that was just charging the crazy love notes, the crazy, sexy, cool love notes, which are the cards that we just got through reading about. And let me tell you, this stone, I'm gonna have to speak on this one real quick. This stone tends to deal, I want to say, with the, it could deal with the solar plexus. Don't quote me on it. It could be also the sacral or root chakra. But guys, all I'm saying is the sunstone can also assist with confidence. Some of us don't have the confidence to tell people no because we don't feel like, especially when it comes to business arrangements and or if we're trying to line up something that we really want to do for people, even if it's in the future, we're scared that we tell somebody no, then that may mean we'll lose a customer, or that may mean that, I don't know, we look mean or we don't look as if we are trying to really help people. But sometimes saying no is a way of helping people. Not wasting time. Moving on. Uba said, Joy says dark was before light. Amen. Halle. And Uba says, oh my God, black is so sexy on so many levels. You ain't lying, Uva. You ain't lying. All right, so for the general tarot, the overall energy, guys, is the World card. The World card is amazing to me for different reasons. I mean, it definitely deals with elevation. And that's what Spirit is telling me is getting ready to happen, which is the reason why a lot of us are needing to recalibrate, why we're needing to get clear about what we want, what we don't want, and make sure that we're in alignment with that. We are manifestors. We are manifesting the life of our dreams, manifesting the life that we have always desired to lead. And also, might I add, that we were born to lead. That's in our DNA to lead. So with that being said, we're being elevated. In elevation, there requires to be something that is dropped off so that you can receive what is being given to you, right? The World card also can deal with being a public figure. It can deal with travels of all sorts, transportation of all sorts. It can deal with the fact, traveling, going back to traveling, Sagittarius. So trips could be in alignment with the spiritual work that we do. The World card is also about completions of cycles. So there's a cycle that's ending and there's a new one that is beginning. Achievement. Congratulations to my sisters and brothers who are doing what they need to do to reach this. It's here. Moving on. Now, the cards that actually came out of the deck, and I feel like I have to preface this by saying I'm not entirely sure, but what my spirit said is that the way that these cards came out, it's telling us the beginning. No, I'm sorry. It's telling us the end from the beginning. Okay. So we've got the Justice card here. Uba says, sorry for backtracking. I just stopped, but udemy.com has an online course for spiritual, crystal, herbal healing, and so many other ones, but have to catch them on sale. Okay, boo. Uba also says you have to literally stalk the website to catch the sales. I believe it. That's probably why I don't play with it. I don't play with it. But I ain't tripping. I might. But and thank you for that, Uba, so much. The Justice card is what came out. First card out of the deck. Justice is all about vindication. So I feel like somebody's truth is going to be made apparent. Somebody's truth is going to be laid bare, whether that's for the positive or for the negative. You understand me? Also, this truth and this vindication, this revelation, this insight is going to bring balance, which, if you ask me, balance is the abundance. From balance, you can create whatever you need to create. That's justice. You know, the Most High called the gods to judge. Judging is about bringing balance. Spirit, you better speak today. Let me chill. Let me chill. You guys, this is also about maybe matters concerning the heart here. Also, I almost forgot to tell y'all. The stone that we have connected to the tarot reading today is, I want to say, garnet or ruby. It's one of the two. And if I'm not mistaken, a person who's a little more well-versed than me, they say that garnet and ruby are the exact same stone. And it makes sense because I have both of them and they look the same. They look exactly the same. My garnet or my garnet, I want to say, is just bigger, literally. But moving on, all I got to tell y'all is that sounds, garnet and ruby both deal with wealth. I'm not going to go any further. I'm just trying to tell y'all, these messages, I'm just saying, these messages, okay, they are in alignment. They are in alignment. Thank you, Spirit. The second card that came out following the Justice card we got here is the Three of Swords. So again, I feel like the Three of Swords in this instance is all about a mental fogginess, a mental confusion, a mental funk that somebody could have been in. Somebody also could have been depressed because their mind wasn't clear. They was like, what the freak am I supposed to actually do though? Like, I want to do something. My mind works. Uba says, Uba was laughing, and then she also says, Joy, I have to become more Groupon savvy. Girl, I love Groupon. I have to become a little more Groupon savvy too, though. So somebody is going to go through, I feel like, an awakening process. Hence why the Justice and the Three of Swords is here. Somebody was confused. And it could have been because of matters of the heart. With that rose card there. The last card that came out was the Eight of Swords. And for me, the Eight of Swords is all about also because somebody being mentally confused, they feel like they can't move forward. They're stuck. I know somebody is getting unstuck. I can assure you of that. Spirit-wise, the Justice card here. Thank you so much. So the first two cards have already come out. Let's get it. So I don't know if this was originally upright, but as of now, it's in the reverse. So I just kind of feel like somebody is not going to be putting in work anymore in a certain situation. The second card that flew out, though, is reunion. Spirit, give me one more to bring this story together. Why is the Justice card here? And what vindication, what revelation, what truth is coming forth that is going to bring clarity? High Priestess energy. I feel like this is something that a woman specifically, but it could be a male or a female for that matter. But somebody already knew that this was going to happen, but they didn't know how it was going to happen. This is somebody who is dependent upon the Spirit of the Most High. They have an actual literal message from the Most High. And you may have been hearing this message over and over and over. And it may have been said for years or for weeks or for months or maybe even for days. But for however long it has been, you do not know, or you were not sure exactly how it would manifest, but you knew that it would happen. Whatever that resonates with you for. I feel like it's in regards to an actual reunion with someone. And what did that fourth house, the Roots card say? It said that there was going to be reunions at this time, be it with family, with friends, and I added with romantic partners because I just felt led to. Spirit at the bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Literally, I feel like somebody is going to be getting a message from someone who either used to be a lover or it was just somebody who you guys have emotional ties and connections to. Spirit, why is the Three of Swords here? Ooh. Y'all, I wish I could move the computer so that you guys can see how this card just fell and flew. And it's like literally being held in the whatever way it's held right now, whether it's upright or reverse. It is literally there. Stuck in. I got to show y'all this. I don't think you'll believe me. I just kind of feel like whatever message Spirit wants to say with this particular card, I felt like they didn't want that to be misconstrued or anything. Guys, let me show y'all this. Excuse some of the stuff you might see on the floor. But do y'all see that card right there? It's black and white. Can you see it? Let me know. Let me know if you can see it. Because I don't know for sure if you can see it. But I'm about to pick it up now that I've done that. Listen. Spirit ain't playing today. Here we go. First and foremost, these signs that are associated with the Justice energy are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini to me, but specifically Libra. So that's about a relationship. The Eight of Coins, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus energy. Cancer card here with the High Priestess, and Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces here with the Three of Cups, and now Aquarius with the Star card. The reason why I'm excited about this card, guys, is because the star is an answered prayer. The star is a miracle. The star is wish fulfillment. I heard that the star is the promise. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not moving any further. Ten of Pentacles. First, we got the Ten of Cups as a bookmark, right? Then we got the Ten of Pentacles. So this being, I can't. Ten of Pentacles, you're satisfied emotionally, spiritually, creatively. Now you're about to be satisfied when it comes to your family life, when it comes to structure and stability. in a union, in a marriage where you got your house, your car, your finances are right, your children, your dogs, the older people in your life approve of this. That's my ancestor approved card as well. Moving on. Thank you, Spirit. Why is the Three of Swords here? What is this mental fogginess about? First card out of the deck is moving forward. Cancer energy, Cancerian energy. This could also be dealing with the car. This could be dealing with the idea of moving forward. Spirit, give me something. Give me some more. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my gosh. This message is for somebody specifically. This is about moving forward with a relationship that involves commitment, guys. It involves stability. It involves marriage, or at least a wedding reception. It involves your family and friends knowing about this. It involves somebody is serious about starting something here. Moving in together, connecting lives. Somebody has been confused about this. But again, remember, the Justice card is saying there's not going to be any confusion anymore, because who you're supposed to be with will be reuniting with you. It might start off because the person might send you a message, may say something to you, and then clarity, however long that may or may not take, is going to come into play. I also feel like this reunion is what's going to bring the clarity. So some of you guys might be dating. Some of you guys may even be in your single period right now. But when this person comes back into your life and they come back talking to you about the way that they talking to you, you're going to know that they're serious about building a life with you. You're going to know because God already told you about this. You didn't know how it was going to happen, but the Most High already told you a while back. The Most High told you the ending at the beginning. Woo, this is for me. If it ain't for nobody else, this is for me. The Most High told you the end at the beginning. And so if there's another relationship that you are confused about, that confusion is going to be cut off when this person comes back. Period. It could be a third-party situation that you could have been involved in if you are now to yourself, or if you are still involved with a triangle situation where there's a person who's interested and has feelings for two different people. Let me tell you, whoever you are, whoever this Justice card applies to, somebody is not going to be putting in work and effort into that reunion anymore. I mean, into that third-party situation anymore. Why? Because they always knew who their answer prayer was, who their wish fulfillment was, who their miracle was going to include. I don't know how you knew, other than that the Spirit had to have told you. Moving on. Moving on. And when this happens, I feel like it's going to happen quick. Y'all going to move in together. Y'all going to get married. It's going to be time out for playing. It's going to be time out for confusion. No, I know who you are to me. God damn it. Guys, look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. This is happiness. This is success. This is clarity. This is because you became true to yourself. You're getting your success and your happiness. The Sun card is also, like I just said, if there was an answer that required a yes or no thing, this is a yes, an emphatic yes. Remember, I told y'all in the general prep doggone video, I said that some of us were going to be getting our businesses together. We were going to be pooling together and having projects and working together. It was going to be divine connections as far as with business, okay, with our soul tribes. And then I also said that your divine partner, your divine union is coming. Listen, even if this is not somebody that you feel like you know from this life, this person is going to, like, you guys are going to be so connected with one another. You're going to be like, we had to have known each other before. And it may be so. You want to know where, though? From a past life. That Four of Wands is always known as the 1111 card as well. For some people, maybe not for everyone. For me, I take that. So some of you guys are going to be meeting your twin flame after you come out of a connection where somebody could have been trying to have you in a third party situation, or even if you weren't in a third party situation, whether it was with a family member or with an actual romantic person. Maybe you wasn't in a third party. You could have just been single this entire time and dating other people or partying or whatever, and then you slowed down. I ain't gonna do that no more. I want something real. I'm chilling. Then your wish fulfillment is gonna come. Your answered prayers, that relationship that you always somehow knew existed because you thought of it, because you desired it. That is what is coming with that star card. Let me shut up. And with the sun. Y'all, I'm about to be real transparent real quick. This ring right here, I was given by a man in the faith that I was a part of, the Hebrew Israelite faith at the time. I still know I'm Hebrew. That'll never change. That's my bloodline, okay? I'm from there. However, I do not subscribe to any of the, or I ain't gonna say any, I don't subscribe to all the doctrines. The point is, after I got in that connection, his past came back. This guy wants to be polygynous, or he says that he wants to be polygynous. Okay. At the time, he did not make that crystal clear to me. So he told me that he felt like I would be more than enough woman for him, but he ain't know I ain't totally have my shit together. No lie. And I'm working on that now. I have been confused, especially like I feel like I was kind of confused at the beginning because I thought that somebody else was supposed to be my husband. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Maybe I'll make a story time about that. I think it's an interesting story, so I may. And maybe I'll do a story time about this since we've already been an hour. Long story short, guys, I got involved in a relationship. The man proposed marriage to me. Not the traditional way, but proposed marriage, got me a ring, and we began to live quickly with one another. December, I meet him via Facebook. By February, we have moved in with one another, right? He met my mom, came and asked for the hand in marriage. I really felt like, wow, this is something. I literally felt like it was something similar to what happened between my parents. I just kept getting this idea about my parents, like this must have been something like what happened with them, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I've been confused about whether or not I was supposed to make that decision. I felt like our relationship was written in the stars because I literally heard spirit tell me that like this is written in the stars. So I don't know if that's what this is about for me, but it could be about somebody totally different, you guys. That's what I've been confused about. I'm like, should I have still been waiting on this other person that I had heard something about? But we didn't have no type of connection. We had nothing. And when I say no connection, I don't mean there wasn't chemistry. I mean, this person, I had heard nothing from him in over 3 years. Now it's been 4. So I was like, I had finally let it go. I had finally just was like, Lord, I just want peace. And I just want to be on my path that's in alignment with you, God. I just want to be in alignment with you. And if you bring this other person back that I thought that I was supposed to wait for, fine. If you don't and you send me somebody new, God, still fine. But most importantly, I want to be in alignment with you. And I want to carry out the purpose that I'm here to carry out, God. That was the prayer that I prayed. And like a week or so later, I meet this guy who gives me this ring. But in a twist, you're a person who you may feel that you want to be polygynous. And your ex-person who is just like me, this person that you proposed marriage to, 15 years in the game, that woman comes back. We're on bad, shaky ground because I didn't have my shit together. He was expecting something else. I still was barely finding. I knew who I was, but I had not yet manifested this person. But I can assure you, so many things that both healed me and hurt me deeply came out of that union, you guys. I don't know. My point of telling you guys this story is I have been confused about, did I make the right decision with moving forward with that man, or was I always supposed to wait on this other person who I gave up on? I don't know yet. But I know that what this is telling me is I'm about to find out. I have literally been taking this ring on and off. That's my whole point. I've been taking this ring on and off this finger and putting it over here like literally for a while now, because I'm just like, Lord, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to just be staying all entwined and in love and in tune with him if he's not my husband. You see what I mean? Confusion, right? So I was just like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that the Most High knows. I'm just excited because I feel like I'm about to get the answers, the revelation that I need to know once and for all. Spirit, see, and this right here, this mental block, this not knowing whether or not somebody should move forward. I know that's me. Cause I'm like, I still love old boy that I just left. I had to leave him because we weren't seeing eye to eye. I'm more on my spiritual journey right now. This is what is important to me. I know that I'm a spiritual worker. To me, the 9 to 5 is it's draining for me. And I'm not saying it's not draining for everybody, but I am saying that I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Like it drains on a weird level. I don't know how to explain it, but like when you're really sensitive to spirit, I don't know if that's the lifestyle that's supposed to be for everybody, like who's supposed to be spiritual workers. I just don't know that. And if you ask me, the Most High knows that is not that's not the life for them. The Most High knows that because that's the reason why the priesthood existed. That's why Levi existed. Their whole job was to be of service first to the Most High and their people. That is what I am. I am a high priestess. Whether anybody ever recognizes that or not, they don't have to. I know. But that was something that was a problem between me and my ex. Like, you need to make money and you need to you live here and you got to be able to live. And I know that what he was saying is real and it's true. I never would argue about that part because I knew that's real. But I feel like this is the reason why Spirit is wanting me to recalibrate, to reorganize, to really listen to Spirit for how to make this living, to make this money, because I need to be able to be of assistance to my husband, whoever he may be. But as of now, I've not been knowing whether or not I'm supposed to move forward with that man or who, because I'm like, well, I don't want to be in a third party situation. I don't want that. That's for sure. So I definitely feel stuck about whether or not I should give a whole new person an opportunity. So I haven't did nothing. I just keep to myself. Yes, there are people who are interested, but I just keep to myself because right now I'm just not sure. I got other people that, yes, I got love for. They came up from my past, went to school with them. Could be distractions, Uber, joy. Okay. Could be distractions. Don't know. That's why I cannot wait to do that video. I might do that one today. I was trying to wait on a couple of my sisters so we could probably talk about it, like other sisters who are on this journey as well. But I don't know, waiting on people and me, like, I don't know about that because people take too long. They got other things that they're doing, and I'll be ready. When Spirit tell me to move, I'll be ready. But this Eight of Swords, this is an energy of not knowing or not feeling like you know enough to move forward. It's just some form of restriction. So Spirit, show us what's been going on. Before I move on with the Sun card, this is the Nine of Pentacles here. So that was about self-love right there. Spirit, what's going on with this Eight of Swords? Well, I'll be damned. First two cards to fly out. Ten of Cups and the Magician. I swear, that's like that same energy of reorganization, right? Recalibrating, getting your shit together so that you can have that abundance. Didn't we see that with that bookmark card at the beginning? For those of you who have been here from the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. You guys, you'll have to go back and rewatch after this is over. Spirit, give me one more card to seal this deal. Bring it home. Queen of Swords. This is about a divine union. I say that because you remember the other bookmark for the Black Moon astrology, the very first one, the one that was booking and holding the place for the Roots card, the fourth house card. Remember, it was the King of Swords. I'm gonna show it to you just so y'all don't think I'm lying. I know y'all don't be thinking I'm lying, but I just gotta do this for everybody. Gotta do this for everybody. This card right here in the Illuminated Tarot deck, it's the same as the King of Swords, guys. Look at this beautiful shit. The king and the queen together. This is what's going to happen. And basically, it's going to happen, I feel, after either, and see, look at how this is, see, so this is telling me some stuff. I feel like the man that I'm with, and I don't want to say this just because I still care for him, because I just don't know no more. I just want to be sure. Like he feels that I don't know, or he knows who I am to him, and he's waiting on me to get my shit together so that I can come and stand alongside him as the queen. Anyway, this is not my story. Guys, that's been the reading. I love y'all with the love of the Most High. I'm so sorry that I started to make this about me, because even though I'm in it, this is a general reading. I love y'all with the love of the Most High. I'm not about to cry. I don't have time for that. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Pentacles at this time. That's about a pause taking place. That is about, people literally thinking about what they want, why they want it, what do they need to do to get it. Somebody may have some anxiety about how they're going to make some money. That could be my energy for sure, and some of my other viewers. But this is also about getting clear about what you want. Thank y'all. Let me go back and read y'all's comments now that my ass then stopped. Uber, you done already made me laugh with one of these things that I've seen, but I got to go back up. So let's look at the comments that I missed. So the last one I did see was Hallelujah from Joy. Joy then says, girl, with her little eyes, girl. So she was reminiscing. She was like, some stuff was popping up about the messages that the spirit had already told her. Uber was like, ooh, wee. And then she was like, ooh, wee. Joy was like, I know, Uber. And then Joy was like, twin flames. Uber says, Joy. Oh, wee. Uber says, I have nothing else other than ooh wee. Baby, listen, I ain't got nothing else either. And then Joy Scale says, I subscribe to the Bible, not the religion. I'm with you on that, Joy. Uber says, I'm finna be petty though. Can he afford polygamy? No, sis. He can't, sis. He can't afford it, sis. I ain't gonna talk about my baby if that's my baby. I feel like he my baby, but I don't know. Time about to tell. Time Justice needs to come on, because now I've been waiting. Just needs to come on here. Because I don't want to be confused anymore. I want to be sure so that I can cut out these distractions. You feel me? So then Joy was like, I'm cool with polygyny. Joy, you're a Sagittarius. The other woman, she's a Sagittarius. She said the same thing, yet to me, she was mean and hateful. No offense. Not saying that you will be, Joy, but let me not go into that. I don't want to expose, and I've already done that before in my pettiness and in my hurts, deep, deep hurt and anger. I've done that already. I don't want to do that. But yeah, she says she's cool with it too. Uber, it's me that's not cool with it. It's me. It's actually me. I had to think about it. I'm like, I'm jealous. And I don't even mean like I'm jealous, like petty jealous, because it's not that. I really don't like the idea of me not being enough for your ass. Like, I don't like that. And I also don't like this notion that I feel sometimes, like in this particular situation, all those things came up for me. I feel as though there was some competition going on, or even if there wasn't competition, there was this idea of one-upping. And I just didn't like that. I'm like, listen, if I'm your sister wife, let's act like sisters. This person didn't know how to act like well, maybe I had some high standards about what sisters should be like. My sister Claudette, all my other sisters, even still, like, we are very loving. We are very close-knit. This lady didn't have that same type of experience, so she had something totally different. And it just came across as kind of distant and always wanting, like, there was just, I have my time and I have my house and what I got going over here, and you go do you over there though. And I'm this inclusive person, and I'm this person who I could be all up under my sister for a little. I do have to have my space too, but it just didn't seem very sisterly is what I'm saying. So I just kind of was done. And she talked about me. Like, not to say that sisters don't talk about each other, because we do. You guys, those of you who are not here for the Rising Reading anymore, the Rising Reading is over. Now I'm just talking back and forth to my sisters and whoever else might come on. So anyways, I'm sorry, guys. I went all into a whole thing. Uba says most men don't really understand the concept. A lot of them think it just means more pussy. A lot of them do think that. But then there are those who do know that with more pussy comes more responsibility. You know, some of them do get that. They know that it's going to come more, shit, more money that I got to dish out on your behalf, or more emotional shit that I got to deal with. And some don't want that because maybe they know that they're not ready. Others feel like I am made for this, and I understand. I feel like my husband is that person who feels like he's made for the shit and understands. And if he is, and I'm just the one that's wrong and lost, Father, I ask for forgiveness now. But I feel like a person who's prepared for that has to have a sense of emotional responsibility for the women in your life. And like, if you are not able to relate to them emotionally, when that's something that if you had knowledge of a woman is necessary, then to me, you're not qualified. But that's just my opinion. Joy scales really is less, Uber. It really is. It can be less pussy because listen, we all got jobs to do, most of us, or you're going to be tired. And then Joy was like, keep it off. Okay. She has said, keep it off. So keep the ring off until I know. Okay. I had been doing that and I was wearing it around my necklace. And then I took it off my necklace and just put it in a drawer somewhere. But anyways, thank you for that, Joy. I probably need to keep that. We actually just talked yesterday. I'll tell y'all about that too. Anyway, moving on. Joy scales, me and 9 to 5s don't work. And then she was crying and she was like, me too, sis. So that was about being empaths and just knowing that you're called to like spiritual work. And we just need the freedom to move about the country the way that we want to, even though that requires money, but we can manifest that shit. Moving on, I'm done. Joy says, that's why I'm single. That's why I'm probably single too. That's why I'm single too. That's why I'm single too. Joy says, it's okay, sis. Joy says, love you too. And then she was like, oh no. And Joy was like, it was the wrong sister wife for you. Okay. I agree with that. Because you know what? I had told him, I was like, I really feel like me being the loving person that I am and me having like a whole lot of sisters, and we grew up, we had fights, real physical knockdown, drag outs, plus just catty fights and stuff like that. I was always the one trying to bring everybody together or have peace and just like, guys, let's just talk about our feelings. Maybe if we talk about our feelings, we can understand each other better and we can love each other better. That's that Libra part of me. That's all right. That's the Libra part of me, right? And I feel as though we could have healed each other. Like we could have helped. We could have loved, but, and then that part of me was like, maybe I am cut out for polygyny, but I feel that he chose her over me a lot of times. And I'm just talking about even when we were together, like I did leave the house and stuff like that, but I still just used to feel like there were certain things that because she was better naturally at taking care of a home, she's a mom, she just know how she's very traditional. So some shit that he had to fuss and fight with me about because I'm like, why you can't help me wash dishes or why you can't do this and that and the third? She already just did that, even though she used to complain to me about it. She just did it. I'm not that just do it type. No. We both can clean these dishes. We both can work together and wash these damn clothes. It'll go faster. And then I can follow you over to this house and I can nail a hammer. You know what I'm saying? But if you gonna tell me that ain't my job, that it ain't your job to help me wash no dishes, or it ain't your job to come home and do A, B, and C or whatever, then it ain't my job to come. I'm petty. I wasn't trying to be petty, but I was just like, no, there should be equality. But anyways, long story short, you guys, all I'm trying to say is I do feel like if I had a true sister, I feel like I would have been in love with the whole idea. I would have been so happy. Baby, them white men still work on stuff? That's just all I can say. I just call that back, y'all, and Malachi here. I just really felt like I would have been more receptive to it. And I also kind of just didn't like how everything started. But even still, I tried to do it and just it wasn't friendly for me. And I'm like, oh, well, if we can't be friends, then I don't want to be in this whole situation with her. And I don't like you because it seemed like you keep choosing her over me because it's certain things that she just naturally does, or she just chooses to do it to please you, and because I don't, you just like kick rocks. I'm like, well, fine, shit. It hurt, but I was just like, whatever. So then Uba says, don't feel bad. I am selfish when it comes to a man's attention. I don't knock it, but I don't think it would be for me personally. And I told him that. I just told him, I'm not a selfish person for attention, I don't think, but I could be. I just feel like I've never envisioned myself with another person. When I see my idealistic self, and when I, just from the inside, from my desire out, it's for me and a person to truly know one another in every way. And we love and honor and respect one another together, just us two. And from that oneness, we build whatever. I'm not against even helping other women. Like I'm like, why can't you just assist women? Like, why can't we, if there ever was a need or something like that, we just be a place where women can be helped? Why do you have to have access to them as in they're your wife? Why can't they be something else? A partner, like a business person, a person who helps build the empire. Why do you have to take them on as a wife? Like, why do you got to have sex with them? Whatever. But anyway, Joy says, no, I love the sisterhood aspect because I'm an only child. See, and for me, I just love the sisterhood aspect because I come from a family where it's a lot of girls. So I had to share my dad. You know what I'm saying? So even though I felt like daddy was also somewhat emotionally unavailable, it's still this dynamic of you've got these other girls vying for your father's attention. He may take more to others because they remind him more of himself and stuff like that. But I still had to learn that, so I feel like I could have really gotten down if we could be friends. That's all I'm saying. Uba says, oh, Joy, I'm an only child as well. Uba says, I still think I'm a little too selfish for that lifestyle, though. Uba says, hey, Malachi. Hey, Malachi. He ain't show himself. Joy says, I agree, sis. Let's talk about it. Let's heal. Let's grow. Let's glow, honey. Uba also says, I love y'all. I have to run. Bye, Uba. Thank you. Joy says, have a good one, Uba. And then Joy scales, no, let's help each other. And Joy was like, I get it. So, I mean, I don't know if that was for me. I don't know if it could have just been me that was the problem, because sometimes that happens. Sometimes we can think that we're so right and we're wrong. And both of them used to always tell me that if I had my own stuff that I was doing, if I had my shit together basically and what I wanted to do, and if I was clear about that maybe my perception and my perspective of the connection would totally change. And I was like, okay, that's a possibility. That may very well be true. But my issue was this whole, well, I'm not going to go into Joy. Maybe me and you can talk about that at another time. Like, because I don't want to go all into detail about that here. The reading is over. Thank you guys for talking to me. I love y'all with the love of the Most High. Peace, love, light, and darkness working in balance and harmony with one another. If you have not subscribed to this channel, guys, please do so at this time. And also make sure that you go over and subscribe to the Pretty Coach as well. I love y'all. Bye. This was good. This is really good.